it's lovely to see you this morning, and I think today that what we're going to talk through is about CVs and CV structure. And it's always a surprise to me when I see people writing their CVs that you can tell so much about an individual just by how it's written. And you know, if do you like pictures? Do you like sort of artwork, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
you do?
I'm into a bit of art.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you look at a picture, quickly have a look. That one that's there on the wall. How does that make you feel?
I find that quite a calming picture, actually. Yeah, me personally, I find that calming colours and calming scenery.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you know that the same impact comes from a CV? And if you have a CV that's all jumbled up together, it's all very disorganised, that when the reader looks at that, they can feel an anxiety because they look at it and there's all of this material all over the place. It's not thought through. Lots of different kinds of styles and fonts. So if someone looks at your CV and feels uncomfortable, what do you think is going to happen to that CV?
Yeah, it's probably going to be chucked in the bin. Absolutely.
You're absolutely right with that. It will, and there are certain things that when you're writing your CV that you really do need to take into account. And when you're working with the job search programme in the module that is about CV and CV preparation, I have put all that material in there for you, so you will get a much better sense of how to organise what you want to say and how to get that message across to your reader. I think one of the most fascinating CVs I saw recently was about 42 pages long. And this guy, what he'd done, he'd wanted to include absolutely everything about himself. He didn't want to miss out anything. But of course, what's going to happen, as you know, when you pick the 42-page CV out of its envelope? I mean, you're not going to download it off of your computer when you see it's that long. But if someone sent it to you in the post, you go, "Oh, I can't be bothered." And again, it goes in the bin. So the important thing is, when it comes to the CV, that you have your personal details at the top. Now, you might not want to include your actual address or the number of the road because of security reasons these days, so you can leave that out. And then you want a short, snappy profile about what you do, what kind of position that you're looking for, and some personal qualities about you. And then you're going to have a skills and achievements section, followed by your career summary, followed by your education, and then, you know, you've got to have some outside hobbies and interests to make you look a rounded person. Because, and also remember, if you do put those hobbies and interests, you must actually do them. When you're applying for a job, don't say that you speak French if you don't speak French. And people do that, or speak conversational French, and they don't. The other thing also to watch is if you put on your skills and achievements section that I pay attention to detail, and then when you go through your CV, you leave out the full stops and the commas, and you don't actually use spell check. Please use spell check. Then, of course, you're not paying attention to detail. So do you have any immediate queries about CVs?
Well, I never really thought about, you know, what you said about omitting the address or anything like that. I always thought, you know, I've always added that. And what you said about the 42 pages worth, I mean, yes, it can be quite difficult sometimes trying to summarise yourself or into just maybe 1 or 2 pages. You know, you're really trying to promote yourself and trying to put yourself across as being the right person and trying to condense everything that you've done, all the skills that you have, the achievements. You know, trying to condense that into 2 pages can be quite difficult sometimes. You don't want to miss anything out. So I always bear that in mind, that, you know, you can't go waffling on about stuff, you know, for pages and pages. So I'm very aware of that, I suppose.
And that's a really good thing, because it is about getting your message across. It's getting to the point, because remember, your CV is a document to get you an interview. It's not a document to get you a job. And this is where a lot of people fall short. They think that they've got to put absolutely everything down, whereas you just want that little, it's like a little advertisement of you, and then you can give more information at the interview. The other good thing at the moment is to start thinking about having a small website where you can give more information about yourself. And I know you've been looking at fitness as a career, so you could have a website which actually, you know, talks about what you've done as, you know, in fitness, where you've helped other people. So you've got another profile on which to build. It makes you much more interesting. And nowadays, with companies, the important thing to remember is that they really want people who can do things. They want to know that you're going to help them increase sales, or they're going to help them increase their profits. They want people who, what's the saying, you are what you say on the tin. It's no good just to be able to give the spin. You've got to be able to back it up. And even if you were a graduate, a new graduate, then you're going to be able to look back on, you know, what you might have done in terms of holiday jobs or gap years, and identify the skills and achievements that you gain from that. It's all important. And this, of course, you know, with the CV preparation module, this is exactly what we can help you to do. Is it really